Oh, whoops. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Hi.
Welcome. That's oh no, you're on this side. That's Crystal. I'm
Hi.
Tom. Welcome to Dragon Mount. We are a kind of organized group of nerds who do stuff on nerd stuff, but we're mostly focused around the Wheel of Time. So we're going to talk about Avatar because, that's what the show today is about, and also a lot of the Wheel of Time. So be ready for that. But we'll keep spoilers for the books to a minimum. We'll give you a warning, I promise. You want to see something really cool that I found?
Of course, always.
This calendar from Tor that they put out in 2009. I was looking for one of my charity donations for the charity auction this year for JordanCon, and I found this, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I never wrote in it or put it up or anything. Apparently,
Hold on, will you flip it? Can you show the back of it?
Oh yeah, so the back has all the
Where
pictures.
all the tiny little pictures are.
Yeah. A lot of that
is so cool.
Some of the Wheel of Time, the old official Wheel of Time artists and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I haven't seen this calendar in a long time, almost 20 years, because it's 2024, and that's disgusting. And now I feel old.
Shake it off.
Yeah,
I am working on my packing list for JordanCon because I feel like I'm going to forget the things.
Yeah, I took my bag out. That's a step in the right direction, right? That's good.
I'm trying to balance bringing enough things and leaving enough room to bring the things home. There was a hot minute over the weekend where I was like, maybe I should just drive. Maybe it's better that I drive, but it's like 12 hours, so I don't know.
It's a long ride. I mean, it's not 12 for me, but we took the plane once from here, and it's like a 45-minute plane ride, so
wow.
versus a 6-hour car ride, and I'm like, I never want to do that again, ever.
Yep.
It's mainly because I have to spend 6 hours on the road in Florida, or at least 4.5 of them in Florida, and it's terrible.
That's fair.
I strongly advise against ever doing that to anyone who ever has to do it. So, how was your week? Ready for coming up to your first JordanCon? Did you have any kind of pre-JordanCon nonsense jitters, or was it just a normal week for you?
Oh no, it's been that way for like a month now. I went out and I bought a bunch of new vinyl because I want to get a couple shirts made. I was supposed to have my shit together to have someone do them for me. My shit is like nowhere near together. So I'm making shirts tonight as we speak, and then looked at a whole bunch of houses to buy, decided we were going to stay in our house, and started painting my house. And my husband's like, have you lost your goddamn mind? I was like, this is how I deal with my nervous energy. Yes. My suitcase is out. I packed the things that I could live without between now and the end of the week. So yeah, no, I get a little manic when I get nervous. So I'm doing all the things.
That's fair.
All the things.
And you've been like, if I remember, you've been like prepping to sell the house. So like you packed a lot of okay, cool. All right. No shame. I get it. I know how it is when you're, especially when you're getting ready to sell the house. Like we went through the same crap when we were doing it, but we were committed at when we were putting. It took me a while to listen to the real estate agent to take the amount of art that I had on my walls off the wall. Mm-hmm. Which is funny because one of the artists that I had many pictures of his on my walls is hanging out backstage right now.
Ooh.
So, and I think there's a furry goblin also backstage that snuck their way onto the show. He smells a little bit like a wolf, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Well, let's see who's back there.
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Hopper.
Obviously. What's up, Joe from podcast?
Joe, are you going to let him call you a smelly wolf like that? I don't think that's right.
Sure. I mean, if it's accurate,
I mean, Joe only smells like the rich mahogany and many leather-bound books.
I smell like an old man's smoking room.
It's true.
Until the end of con, and then
spilled gin and whiskey. I feel like.
Yeah, just whiskey, scotch.
So hello, friends. So we obviously
Hi.
do podcast. If you're watching us here, you probably know who that man is there. The oldest, wait, no, not oldest. You're not the oldest. The longest running, which technically is the oldest podcast, but like Wheel of Time.
I was gonna say we're kind of the oldest.
Yeah, no, you aren't the oldest person, but you are the oldest Wheel of Time oriented like podcast that I can think of on the internet, and I've been following the Wheel of Time.
There isn't another one to think of. That's why.
That's true. Exactly.
How long have you been doing it now, Joe?
13. Yeah, I don't know. A long time.
Yeah.
15,
like,
14, 15.
How many
after 10 Hopper? Like,
it was JordanCon too.
Too many lot sports. Got it.
Yeah, it was JordanCon. It was like the January before JordanCon too. So
there you go.
What JordanCon is this? 16?
It's technically 16 because of the COVID year, but I think they're calling it 15.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anymore.
Because it's the 15th in-person one, and
so maybe we're on 5th. So we're one less than them. So
yeah, there you go. So yeah, you guys have been around for quite a minute, and have seen a lot of really cool stuff, both at JordanCon, and then kind of because Bandersnatch and Team Jordan are such amazing people, and also they recognize awesome and love. Well, it's true. They kind of adopted a lot of people, and they were like, "You're ours now." Like,
yeah.
How often has Alan appeared on your?
Lots of times. Maria's on the show more than just. She always hits the live show at JordanCon, but she's on the show other than that sometimes. Harriet's been on a few times, even though she's sworn off doing anything like that anymore. She still will come on periodically until Jono offends her, and then she leaves.
Yeah.
And
So 45 seconds.
I think everyone knows. Yeah.
About a minute and a half.
Do I still have my Jono says horrible things thing in here? I thought I saved it. Oh yeah, there it is. Jono says horrible things. I still have it, just in case he shows up. You never know, because when I invite you guys, it's just like, oh, whoever wants to come, just whoever wants to come can come. So I always just have that on call just in case. Obviously Maria Simmons, Alan Romanchik.
Alan's been on the show countless times to answer your question. Yeah. I don't know. Lots of times. Alan loves us way more than he should,
It's because he's secretly like I don't want to say dirty old man, but he's just like he gets a kick out of being able to
he enjoys our humor.
Yeah, he does. And so do I, and your face, because you're an amazing person.
Alan is one of the nicest human beings on the planet too.
He's
Maria
adorable.
And yeah.
And one of the things. Go ahead.
No. You do. And then
I was just saying, Alan just one year when we were, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I think it was the year we were Toastmasters, but we were interviewing Patrick Rothfuss, and I classically decided to mock his book and pretend it was just like Harry Potter. So I slowly dressed up as a Harry Potter person while I was asking him questions and likening his character to somebody that goes to Hogwarts because it's a wizard school anyway. And Alan was just crying, laughing in the audience. Had just happened to be there. I was just like, and I think I love these guys now. I mean, we already kind of knew him, but it was at that point he was just like, oh, they're my best friend ever.
Yeah.
So we've been very good friends ever since then.
So I was that was my second or third years as director of guest services, and when I first started, I never went to a panel. The first 4 years I did it, I didn't go to a single panel because I was just busy all the time. But I wasn't there. Did Pat laugh? Did he find that? Because
yeah. Okay. I think at first he laughed. I think he was secretly offended, but he hit it well. And then I think through the the endless charm that is TWoTCast, I think eventually he got that we were just fucking around.
You're perfectly
coiffed hair. I mean, he came on our live show the next night, so it was clearly no hard feelings. He came and just hung out and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I think in the moment he was like, what the fuck?
It's really, it was your hair that did it for him, probably.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Pat seemed really chill from the bit that I remember. Well, the bit that I was sober for that year, when I actually hung out with him. But
Yeah.
I remember hanging out with him and Brandon when they were playing Magic, because I don't play Magic. And he seemed really funny. Like, he seemed like he had a good sense of humor. So I was just wondering.
Yeah,
if
he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Once he realized it was a bit, he probably took it well, I feel like.
Yeah.
So anyway, also here is another amazing human. I give him crap because that's my love language with my friends. Bullying my friends is the way I tell them I love them. So that's how it
You're
works.
from the Northeast. That's how we show our love.
Yeah, I'm a almost 40-year-old person from New York. So it's basically, if I'm not telling you to go fuck yourself, it's because I don't like you. But anyway, yeah. So I think we met through TheoryLand and like the Storm Warden thing and like
I think
that was the first time I remember seeing you. Was you? The very first memory I can recall of you is you in your Storm Warden t-shirt. You were a Storm Warden, right?
I was a Storm Warden.
See, yeah. Listen, if I remember something, I'm very proud of me. So for people that don't know, when Brandon did finish the last 3 books, so Gathering Storm, Towers of Midnight, and A Memory of Light. There was Storm Wardens for Gathering Storm, Tower Guards for Towers of Midnight, and Memory Keepers for Memory of Light. And that's like basically trusted fan volunteers to kind of help with the local signings for the books. And I just remember that's the first time I remember interacting with you. And then, of course, obviously all your nonsense on TheoryLand.
I never posted any nonsense on TheoryLand. Everything that I put on TheoryLand was well thought out and cogent. And I'm going to stick with that. I am not Mad Hat.
The Tamerlane of TheoryLand before he was the innkeeper of the Dusty Wheel.
He was the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Hopper, I feel like I've just known you for all eternity. When
I mean,
do we meet in the dream world?
I don't know.
I can't recall meeting you. I just feel like I've always known you.
Hopper is a hero of the Horn. We do know that.
Yep.
It's confirmed. They wrote the prescripts and then they made Hopper. That's how it works.
I look back on it because when I first joined TheoryLand, I came in with as Hopper. And I look back on it now, and I'm really happy that I've spent the past years as Hopper. I think I first started in TheoryLand in mid to late 1998, so a year or two ago. And the last couple of times I was rereading the series, I keep thinking to myself, I should have chosen Jeffrey Bornhold. And then I could have tried to convince people that Robert Jordan named him after me. But it's too late now.
Yeah.
You don't want to be named Bonehold.
Yeah. But he modeled him after you. That's what it is.
Yeah. The names would have been close enough that I could have convinced the gullible.
How high can you jump when chasing sparks from around a campfire, though?
I've been camping for most of my life, so pretty high.
Okay, cool.
Hopper, what's your vertical leap?
Now or when I was in shape?
You could slide a piece of paper under his feet almost now.
I am 5'6", and I used to have a vertical leap where I could just almost touch the rim on a basketball hoop.
Nice.
But now it's not quite as high as it used to be.
That's what my football coaches used to say about me. Like, I remember when I was in like middle school, they were like, "You could slide a piece of paper under that kid's feet when he jumps." But yeah, so now wait, hold on, what is it? The charity events officer of JordanCon, super official and super important.
That's the auction, the poker tournament.
You should really just shorten that to CEO. So people think you're way more important.
But unfortunately, I have bosses.
Yeah. You should be like, I'm CEO of Jordan.
I still have to report to Jennifer.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, yeah.
Just put CEO and then really small font like underneath parentheses charity events.
There we go.
Where were you when I was putting my badge name together?
Well, I'm sorry.
As horrible as this is, I've never noticed that.
And so I'm pretty sure that it's impossible not to know by now, but for those who don't know, what is the like, why does JordanCon have a charity events officer? What do you do? Like, what's your function?
My function is to raise as much money so that JordanCon can donate it to the Mayo Clinic for amyloidosis research.
And amyloidosis obviously is the the blood disease that Robert Jordan passed away from in 2007, right?
Yep. Yeah. I think he was diagnosed in late 2005. And then, 2 years later.
How much did you guys raise last year?
Last year, through all of our events, a little over $23,000.
Wow.
Fantastic. It's freaking fantastic.
I'm hoping to break 20. We're planning on breaking 25 this year.
And I fully hope that we do. And in that vein, now for everyone in chat, I'm sure there's and everyone watching, if you're rewatching this, there's going to be there's a lot of FOMO. You know, like JordanCon is a pretty well attended con, especially for like, you know, it's I would say a small to mid-size fantasy literature, Southern.
We were just shy of 1,000 last year.
Yeah, which for the type of con that this is, like, you know, not counting like the Wheel of Time as, because the Wheel of Time is a theme of JordanCon. JordanCon is a fantasy, science fiction, fantasy literature convention. Yeah. So it's a very well attended Southern American small to mid-sized convention, I would say. Like, it's not like Dragon Con and Comic Con are not the norm. That's not the norm.
No.
The norm
that's insane.
Is like what, 200 to like 500, 600 people. Like, that's the norm for these types of conventions.
Yeah, I'd say we're like double the size of one of those normal kind of conventions for the most part.
Yeah.
But we're nowhere near a Dragon Con or a Comic
Con. Oh God, no. But if Brandon shows up, it could get up higher.
Oh yeah, that's true. And actually in the past,
it's gotten up to like 13, 14 before, right, Hopper?
No.
Yeah. The first year after the show was announced, it went up to like 12.
Weren't we at like 1,200 or something one time?
Yeah, it was over 1,000. It was close. The 2018 or 19 Brent Weeks year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like relatively recently.
It was 2019. I want to say that.
Maybe it was around the season 1 of the show. I feel like
it was right. It was when they started posting actual content. Like, I think they shared like the making of Tam's sword and like things like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Exploded. But I say that because there's a lot of.
I've got the I've got the list in front of me for JordanCon attendance.
What is it?
And in 2022 was 942. Last year, I don't have the exact numbers, but it was just shy of 1,000. But past 2 years have been larger than any year previous.
Okay. And is that counting? Does that count staff too?
You know what I call that, Hopper? I call that somebody at JordanCon lied to me.
Yeah. Well,
which is within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But does that count staff too? Because I was counting staff as well.
I think that counts total number of badges, but I don't know for certain.
Okay. Because I remember I remember talking when we were talking about it. I was like, can we say that it's like 1,500? Because like technically we like a lot for like 250 staff or something like that, and volunteers. And they were like, I guess we can say that. So I remember thinking about it like that when we were doing it, because it was like we have like 900 attendees, and I'm like, but there's also the staff who kind of counts. Yay!
Hey, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
The director of media relations, right there. But yeah, so
another one of those important people.
Yes, very important. They, beat the media guests into submission when they don't submit paperwork on time.
That never happened.
Two of the people that are here right now. Yeah. But I brought that up because there could be a lot of FOMO with people in chat that can't attend. But we could be a little sneaky and kind of we're not doing anything wrong, obviously. And this was you told us, and Hopper, we talked about it last time. The charity auction is a huge thing for JordanCon, and there's some awesome stuff that has been in it in the past and will be in it this year. If you're not going to JordanCon, but you do know someone who is attending JordanCon, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hopper, because this was.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Okay. If you know someone who's attending JordanCon, you can ask them to bid on items for you in the charity auction, as long as they're the people. What's up?
Absolutely.
There you go. So as long as they're the people that are doing the bidding on the website, and they're the
ones coming to pay me on Sunday, absolutely fine.
Then what they do with their items after the charity auction is over, and who gives JordanCon the money for charity does not matter. So like, if you know someone who's attending the JordanCon and you trust enough to, like, filter however much money, stuff like let's see, what do we have here? Signed Robert Jordan book plates, so if something like that interests you, and you have someone that you trust with that amount of money and that, cool of an item, you could try to win it. And the way
you had talked earlier about Maria Simmons.
Ooh.
And she is the one who normally gets us the things from the Jordan estate. And she had a small stash of them a few years ago, and I've been told that they are running very, very low. So it's not like we're going to keep pumping these things out, because he stopped signing.
Yeah.
These are just
God, I hope so.
Was sitting in a desk. That they were cleaning stuff out, and they found them, and it's like, well, we can give them to charity auction every year, and people seem to like them.
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
how many there are. But one of them is coming home with me, so I don't know how many are in there.
There were 3 of them.
There's gonna be.
Okay, well, there's 2. There's 2.
Oh, you have a little frame for yours, Tom?
One's right there. I put it in a little frame.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah. Well,
I've got one. I don't know where it is though.
I got it during the Tower Guard thing for Towers of Midnight.
Okay. I've
I
got
don't
a number
have
of
one,
my
and I
hard
want
copy books actually physically signed by Jordan. I'd been to a number of his signings back in the early days.
Let's see what else we got in here. We got
There's a Wheel of Time Opoly too. There's a Wheel of Time Monopoly that sounds amazing.
Yeah. The people make some really awesome stuff. Like some of the past years, you can actually go and check. There's like someone put in a Lego. Was it the Dusty Wheel or was it Tam the Wine Spring Reel? I don't remember. But it was an inn from the Wheel of Time essentially. But it was a full Lego thing. It was like huge.
There's been some cool stuff in there over the years, man.
Speaking of,
it's always one of the little blank
things just to look through.
And then we have a Amerlin stole, a knitted Amerlin stole.
Very cool.
A old school Badali silver serpent.
I regret not getting one of those.
Yeah.
Well, you can get one this year. We have 2
well,
of them in the
what are the chances it fits, Hopper?
Well, we've got one that's a 9.5 and one that's a 10.5. So anything's plausible.
I recognize
and can be sized.
I recognize this and I recognize that hand. Is that Kathy?
It is Kathy, and Kathy donated her All Access Wheel of Time Pass. I thought it would be appropriate to give that one to you for display. So.
Oh yeah, I'll just walk around with it, and I'll hand out cards for the charity thing with the information on it for you. I am technically officially a volunteer for JordanCon this year, so I will sign up for my hour time slots with you as well.
Now, what does technically officially mean?
He signs up officially on the website.
Yes.
We have a volunteer website.
So technically, being that it was a computer he signed up with.
Exactly. Technically, I actually just signed up with the volunteer official volunteer thing that I didn't grab the link for because I'm bad at my job. But I will post here in a second.
I have to hunt for it every time I need to look at it too, so don't feel bad.
I have the links for you guys. I have the links for does it still say Christy as the director of my Google has Christy Lusser as the volunteer coordinator.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's
That's
old.
gotta be 10 years old now.
Yeah, well, more than that, because that's like I don't think she's like it's more than that. It's definitely more than that. I think it was like JordanCon 7 or 8 that her and Sarah Nakamura stopped being registration and volunteer coordinators.
I can tell you exactly when it happened. Now that I think about it, it was the JordanCon immediately after White Dragon.
Of course, yeah, Winter Dragon.
Winter Dragon, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't remember when that.
Which I think is insane because that's a lovely pilot.
I can't even joke about that. It's so bad.
It's so good. What are you talking
One of the
about?
things that
I'm like,
bothers me
this
the
is what the
most
show
about
should have been like, you know?
The thing that bothers me the most about
You're the worst.
the Winter Dragon is people gave Sarah so much grief because they had called her and asked her some questions and then put her name in the credits.
And she didn't even know. Yeah, she
People
didn't even know.
Yeah, and people just, they gave her a ration of shit that she did not deserve.
Not even remotely a little bit.
I don't know about anybody here, but if somebody had called me up and said, we are making a pilot for a Wheel of Time TV show, can we ask you some questions?
Yeah, your answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Your answer is yeah, sure you can.
What would you like to know?
I just put up so if anyone is going to JordanCon that is watching and wants to sign up for volunteer slots, there are a ton available. And honestly, like not to like push it, but everyone is volunteer, even the staff. So like even
I don't get paid for this.
Yeah, no one does. Like even like when I did guest services, the people who do the communications, all the people that work all year round, even like people that are the communications department and things like that. No one gets paid. Everyone is volunteer, but we have a special place in our hearts for the on-site volunteers, the people that only, that volunteer for the weekend, because literally the con cannot function without them. So there are a lot of available time slots still for like safety officers and things like that, which you might have to like do a little bit of extra loops to jump through for that if you're going to do it.
You got to pass a physical, and there's
there are no hoops to volunteer for charity.
You have to know at least 10 sword forms, I think.
Yeah. Where do I get to sign up for the pat downs from Joe? That's all I want. But they do a lot of really cool stuff. There's a volunteer raffle at the end of the year with the kind of stuff that you're seeing in the charity auction. Also, you run the
filtered over.
Yeah, exactly. And you run that too, right?
No, I do not.
No? Oh, but you do some items because in the charity auction donation form, there's a checkbox for can we use this in the volunteer auction as well. So yeah, so some stuff will end up over there, and they do some awesome stuff for the volunteers. Speaking of, this was a recent announcement, which I have right here. They're doing, if you sign up for 3 slots of work, which I think works out
4.5 hours total.
4.5 hours, you will get a enamel pin, which it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but that's the art that's on it.
That's cool.
I don't know what the old tongue means. Maybe if Noman Garden's in chat, he could tell us. But
it's one of the IEL societies. I forget which one.
Oh, okay, there you go. But the so you get that for free, but also Aridani Studios posted. That's where I saw the post. So Aridani Studios, aka Paul Bialchik's business, and Paul Bialchik is the one of the old Wheel of Time official artists. If you are at JordanCon and you go with one of those pins, he will give you a 75% discount, he said. No,
Yeah, 75. That's what he said. Right.
yeah, no, it was 5%. 5%
It's
discount on.
Dawn Runners, according to the internet.
Dawn Runners. Yes, that's it.
There you go, the Dawn Runners. He will give a 5% discount on Aerodynamic Studios stuff at the con, and he has some awesome art, including totally not Wheel of Time art, which is really nice looking.
It's very not exactly what he was doing before when he was licensed.
Yeah, it's
not at all.
Large bearded man with hammer, and tall sinewy man with dragon tattoos. Like it's very normal art that you see everywhere.
Absolutely, completely nothing
with a
to do with
spear.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah. So if you are going, consider signing up as a volunteer. If you're not and you want to still participate in things, follow the Dragon Mount socials, the JordanCon socials. We'll be posting in our Discord, and I'm sure TWoTCast will be posting stuff on socials as well for people. We'll see about doing some live streaming and things. We understand the FOMO can be real, and we want to include as many people as we can. So yeah, obviously check that out. All right, I think that's all of our Jordan.
A lot of JordanCon out of the way,
Yeah. Before we segue off completely JordanCon stuff, Hopper, was there anything else, or Crystal or Joe before we go?
Guys, I mean, I just signed up to volunteer. It's good for new people too, right? Because I know of the
it is good for new people. I've heard that a bunch of times. Yeah,
it's actually
I've heard a lot of people that are new and they volunteer, and I'm talking with them separately later on, and they're like, "I'm so glad I volunteered. I met so many people."
Yeah,
and,
it's a really good way to get into things and meet people.
Yeah. Ebony will beat me if I don't say that, actually. So thank you for bringing that up.
The answer is yes.
Yes,
Ebony will kill us.
Yes, she will.
But also the answer is also really just yes.
Yeah, they like
yes, Aaron.
They I just kind of want to drag it out a little bit just to make Crystal
stop it. I have it.
Well, come see TWoTCast at 10 o'clock on Friday. That's fun. That's always a fun time.
I'll be there for sure.
Tom, you need to put up the QR code I sent you.
Oh, right. The QR. Sorry, my bad. I was like, I don't know what this is because you didn't tell me what it was, and then I just forgot to put it up because I was like, I don't know what this is. Anyway, QR code incoming. What's the QR? I don't know. It could bring you somewhere horrible. What is it?
Would I do that to you, Tom?
Yes.
Would I do that to you, to your viewers?
No.
There you go.
Well, what
I'm
is it?
officially representing JordanCon, and I'm afraid of Jennifer.
That's fair. Where is it going to take people? Do I have to get my phone out?
I did.
It will bring you to
it's the charity auction.
It'll bring you directly to the charity auction
website. That's awesome.
We'll bring it directly to ours.
It's almost like we've come into the 21st. All right. So if anyone wants to see a sneak peek at some of the stuff that's in the charity auction this year, hit this QR code real quick, and then I'm going to take it down. So coming down now. Okay. I remember when we used to do this with pen and paper and a notebook. So that's hilarious.
Yeah, the website saves me so much time on Saturday night. I used to be up until 10 o'clock in my room doing the paperwork, post-processing paperwork. So we'd be ready on Sunday morning. And now I'm done in an hour.
You can't see our faces anymore?
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened. I don't have any, it says we're streaming to Twitch all good. So I don't know what that means.
I see your face.
Someone else refresh Twitch and chat and let me know what they say. But all right, so cool. So
ooh, a silver bow. There's a silver bow on here.
Is that a Robert Jordan bobblehead? All right, now I just got
it is a Robert Jordan bobblehead. Somebody donated a Robert Jordan bobblehead.
Now I just got to pull this up because that's hilarious. How do I? Did you send me the link over here? Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Because I need to just pull it up because I want to show people this Robert Jordan bobblehead because it's
hilarious.
Yeah.
We have high hopes for that bobblehead.
I have high hopes for that bobblehead right now too.
And there's a part of me that wants Maria to win it so that you can bring it home to Harriet, but that's just me.
But anyway, so did you have anything else other than the QR code? And I'll get a picture of the bobblehead here in a second because it's hilarious. But anything else about JordanCon that you want to talk about before we head over to Avatar?
The only thing is, for the auction, you will need to register for the auction and come see us so that we will approve you. We learned in years long gone past that if we don't have you show up at charity auction, people will try and bid from Timbuktu and hope that we'll ship things to them, and we won't.
Yeah. People don't listen. JordanCon will not ship anything to you. So if you are not at the convention and you do win something, please have a friend at JordanCon that is willing to ship it to you, because JordanCon will not be shipping anything to you.
And your friend is going to be the one who has to bid for you, because we will not even allow you to bid.
Hopper,
if
so
you are
many
not there.
rules.
Yes, but if you have
So many rules,
there, there's the Robert Jordan model, by the way. It's fantastic. I want it now.
Isn't that amazing?
But yeah. So anyway, please consider, if you can, even just donating to the Mayo Clinic. They do amazing work, and the oh, hello, Nails.
If you want to just come up to the charity auction and you don't want to buy anything, but you just want to throw money at us, we will take your money.
Yeah. I totally didn't just suggest like a week ago because none of us had thought of it in the past, of just having like a donate to the Mayo Clinic and JordanCon's name link or something somewhere for people to do. I was like, is this a thing? And then I was like, how did none of us think of this before?
That's an obvious one.
Yeah,
it really is.
Come on, guys. You're the CEO, Hopper.
Yeah, it says it right there under your name.
That doesn't mean I know everything.
You've got all the big ideas.
So anyway, I want to get into Avatar now before Crystal pops like a
explodes. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, Aaron said there's some laws. We can't just put it up. It's complicated. So there you go, Tom. There's your answer.
You can't just put it up. I don't know. What did she talk about? Oh, the Mayo Clinic thing. Right.
Mayo Clinic thing.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's because JordanCon is at what is it? A 501c4?
Yeah, 501.
Yeah, 401c4.
C3, I think. Oh, is it C4?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're 4.
I don't know the difference.
Listen, there's a singular letter and a singular number, and I will get it wrong.
And it's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. The difference is whether or not you can claim it on your taxes if you donate.
Oh, and you can't with this one.
We can't. Yeah, you cannot.
Got it. All right. Well, you know what you can do? Look at this picture of Appa, because we're about to find out what that's about in a second. So, let's jump into the episode for this week. I have our new. Hold on, I have my new handy timer.
If I get somebody to donate a plushie Appa,
forever.
I need someone to donate a plushie Appa.
No.
You mean,
those are those are good.
Hold on. Oh wait, my camera's not moving with me.
I figure one about yay big.
There we go. Like that one right there.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, just like that one. Bring it with you.
I could probably squish it up into my bag. I'll just carry it on the plane. Who gives a shit? I don't care what people think.
He'll just sit in your lap, you know?
Yeah, I don't care what people think about me.
If you wear it, I don't even think it counts as a carry-on. Just, put it on your head and wear it. It won't even count.
Just strap it to your head.
I've already gotten stopped enough at security.
This is a hat.
This is
the blankets.
I follow the religion of the air nomads from and this is part of my official wear. You cannot take it from me. Thank you. I'm gonna give everyone like another minute or so. I have my handy dandy timer going over there. So if you're gonna follow along with us, you can get ready, line up the episode. We're gonna start with episode 15. Appa's Lost Days. So this is the first time we're seeing anything about Appa since for Crystal it's been like a month.
It's been a month. I haven't fucking known where he was for a month. It's killing me. It is killing me.
Calm yourself. Good.
So before we watch it, hold on. I just want to know.
Oh my god.
I know. What are your thoughts? Like, what is going on in this picture right here? Why is Appa in a cell of what it looks like covered
Well, I
in
hope to God they're doing acupuncture to him and trying to relieve his stress, because that's the only acceptable answer.
That is a lovely theory.
I mean, I guess for an air bison of his size, his acupuncture needles would need to be like, the size of small javelins. So that makes sense.
You guys have promised me that he lives through this, because if he's dead, I quit
I did not
the show.
promise you anything.
Okay.
Whoa!
I promised you that we would find out before the end of the season.
Mom, why would you promise her that?
Friends? Okay.
Because we're gonna find out.
This is why I don't watch John Wick. Like, I can't do the animal thing. If there's something, I'm gonna.
That's entirely fair. I now skip over the first 20 minutes of John Wick every single time I watch it.
I'm gonna need another drink.
His motivations, don't you?
Yes. All right. I'm going to get ready to press play on this episode. So if you're going to follow along with the timer, get ready to do that. And for our friends here that are watching with us, I'm going to press play in the Discord that I have that I'm totally not sharing my screen on for copyright purposes. So get ready. Here we go and play. So it should be going for everybody now, and everything is lined up, and I'm good at my job. Yay.
Thank you, Aaron.
That's true. I did say the most emotional thing that has ever happened in media for me was the Leaves from the Vine song that Uncle Iroh, aka Mako,
It was incredible. That was incredible. I watched it again after we were on live so I could hear it, and it was phenomenal. That whole episode was really, really good.
Yeah. He and then the guy George, I can't remember his name. The guy that took over Uncle Iroh afterwards. I want to say again, that song is officially titled Mako's song, and he will never sing it. He's already said that he'll never sing it. He doesn't matter how much money people offer him, he'll never sing it.
Huh.
I want one of Aang's exercise balls that he rides around on.
I would fall off that thing. I'm not safe on things.
That'd
like
be sick. It's kind of like a one wheel,
It is.
Is it just me, or did episodes? So we're watching. So by the way, we're not going to skip the recaps or the opening
intro
titles or whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna, and especially when it goes into the next episode, I'm just gonna let it play. So if you're following along, do that too. But the recaps on TV shows nowadays are fantastic because they're actually showing you things that are going to be pertinent to the episode that's coming up. But I remember as a kid, the recaps just being literally whatever the last episode was, even if it had nothing to do with the next episode.
Well, yeah, right.
All right. So for Crystal's benefit, because she is watching this for the first time with us now. So I just want to make sure, because we are going to talk over it a bit, but just so you understand what's going on here, this is pretty much an episode from Appa's point of view. We do get a couple of episodes in the Avatar series that are from the animal companion's point of view. And for a large majority of the episode is no dialogue, which is great. In that the artistry of the rest of everything else truly shines. Seeing the animation and the voice acting of everything else is just amazing. The storyboard type writing, because there's no dialogue or whatever, but the direction of everything is amazing. But yeah, so there Appa goes.
See, this scene only pisses me off a lot.
Yeah, and look at fucking Toph, man. Oh my god. It's one of the only times you actually see true emotion from Toph is in this scene.
Yeah.
And yes, there is so much Appa in this episode. It's just pure and unadulterated Appa. So we also now have the earth bending Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aiel.
Sandbenders.
Yeah, the Sandbenders. I love how they have different flavors of earthbenders, because it's the swamp benders, the sand benders. And Toph can't really bend sand right now. She doesn't.
No, she was doing the stone of the tower, right?
Yeah. She was holding the tower up. Yeah. But I mean, even when they're walking around later, she doesn't do it well, and she can't see in the sand like she can when she walks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's
interesting. You'd almost think that would work better for her powers.
As opposed to what Dune would have you think, sound does not travel. Vibrations do not travel through sand.
That's true.
Not well.
If you took, I don't care how big of a hammer you took, if you slammed it in the desert 10 feet away, you wouldn't feel it.
That's
Even
very
your
true.
hammer, Tom?
What's up?
Even your hammer?
Oh yes, my Mahalahalahulinar hammer over there. Yes.
Avatar is kind of like the Wheel of Time, you know? It's like an elemental power system. There's a chosen one. He's reluctant.
The hero's journey is very evident here.
There's tattoos winding down his arms.
It's true. The entirety of the secret tunnel episode is basically just Moraine's story of
Little known fact: if Aang grew his hair out, he's a ginger.
It's true.
No one knows.
Go Appa, go.
No, but for serious though, do you recall the entirety of the story for the secret tunnel episode?
Yeah.
A powerful female magic user got angry after her husband was killed and unleashed her power to destroy an entire. It's literally the story of Amon and I forgot his Aes Sedai's name, but it's the story of that Moraine tells in Manetheren.
Yeah,
about Manetheren in the books. Ugh, Appa. Oh, look, it's the Shanshan. They have bug helmets. And now he's in the Fire Nation, it looks like. Based off of this guy's outfit.
Hey, Noman Garden.
Yeah. Gnome, just for you, buddy. Just for you, buddy. We showed some fun stuff that's going to be in the charity auction at JordanCon, so I'll show you. North Harbor Yacht Club thing. We got Robert Jordan book plates. Aes Sedai rings. You'll look beautiful in this. I think you should.
They're not even feeding him. Why are they not feeding him?
Because they're horrible people. Look at how they treat these animals. Yeah, we're on 18 minutes and 17 seconds left in this episode because Netflix counts down on their episodes in their freaking thing. Yeah, Firebender. I knew it. See, look, horrible people. I knew it.
It's just a little bit of a whip. It's okay. It's called proper motivation, Tom.
Well, you know, I mean, if someone was whipping fire at me, I would also. So what? Is that a lion buzzard?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like it had like a buzzard or a vulture head.
Vulture lion.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah, I love how they make it like the animals are what taught the humans how to bend originally. So like the airbenders learned from the air bisons, and then the earthbenders learned from the mole, the giant mole rat things. Firebenders learned from dragons. They're just dragons, though. They're not dragon, elephants or dragon anything. Just dragons.
Sucking up those cabbages.
That's how I eat my cabbages. Just
whole heads.
You shove the whole thing in your mouth.
I could fit whole heads in my mouth. Don't worry. Of cabbage, I mean. Now I want some like kimchi or something. Oh fuck! I want Korean food. But how much? So he ate what? 3 heads of cabbage and like a thing of hay. He's got
a whole bale of hay.
For like an elephant eats like.
Yeah, he's starving right now.
Like it's body weight in food a day. Like, and he hasn't eaten in days. So like he's got to be starving. Yeah. Now I'm sad. The platypus bears on the balls.
They don't really address him eating when they're like, I mean, they do, but not. It's not like Aang's feeding him like horse loads, like wagon loads of food.
Yeah. No, that's how Zuko was able to track him. Every time they stopped, he would graze, and there would be
just be like there's like fields of grass.
Miles of
Rip half the countryside.
Poor Appa.
Oh no!
It looks so stupid.
It really does look so stupid.
It looks so stupid.
What do you mean? It's adorable.
The makeup does look kind of cute.
And
It's the mascara looks kind of cute.
It's the makeup he would wear normally. He's just been on the run with Aang for a while. He hasn't had time to dress up.
He's actually doing the. He's got. Oh right, he doesn't like fire.
Yeah.
He's got manacles on all his feet though, which is horrible.
Oh.
This reminds me of the Pokemon episode of when we got the perspective from the Pokemon.
I didn't watch Pokemon that much.
Okay. Joe, who's on your cup?
This is Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, and or we don't know. It's Secret Star Pop Star. We don't know. It's lenticular changes.
Oh my god!
You're showing your age there, Joe.
That's amazing.
It's good.
That's my favorite cup.
That's fantastic. Oh right, because the freaking thing sunk back into the sand. I forgot about this. This scene is horrible.
Yeah, him going back to be like they were right
crying.
here.
And laying there. Oh my god. Yeah, that was bad.
It's pretty brutal. Not gonna lie.
I don't know why I laughed. It was the way that lizard ran was just really funny. Oh god.
Oh.
By the way, I did some research on this episode. So this episode spans 4 weeks, which is the longest an episode ever covered, a single episode of Avatar ever covered.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of catch up here.
Yeah.
Also, how long I've been waiting to find out what's happened to Appa.
Oh, you feel you feel Aang's pain now.
When art
see was purposeful.
I do.
Crystal.
Yeah. It's all for the viewers. It's all for the viewers.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, delicious honey.
Yes.
Covered in sand. Oh, poor guy.
It gives it texture.
Yeah, and if you remember,
brutal episode.
Appa, do you remember how much Appa hates caves? And he willingly, just no joke, flew right into that cave. That's how hungry he was.
Yep.
Oh God, he's dreaming about the air temples. Oh, he's a baby. Look at the baby Appa.
Friends.
There he is.
Oh.
That's Appa's mom and or dad. I don't know how they reproduce. It could be asexually. You don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Can you imagine those things mating?
Oh my God.
No.
It's a giant ball of legs and fur in the air.
Listen, rule
swirling around.
Rule 34. It exists.
It's out there somewhere.
Yeah. Pre-airbending Master Aang, he doesn't have his tattoos. Oh. Oh my God. That was.
I haven't watched the live show at all. Have you guys watched it?
I have watched the live show. It is
okay. I've seen one. I watched the first episode.
It gets better. It got better for me, especially watching both of them in tandem.
Okay.
I understood it better.
I mean, I'm going to give it a shot. I just haven't had time.
I like it. I don't like the kid that plays Aang. I feel like he got bad direction.
Yeah. I mean, the acting in general from the first episode, at least, was weak. But I mean, they're kids. You know, like I'm not expecting like Oscar-winning.
It gets better
performances.
Iroh, he's like, nope, nothing to see here, Zuko. But that also
Iroh.
means that Iroh saw Appa, so Iroh knows Appa's alive too at this point. Look at it, there he is. He's all dirty now. It's bad.
He's still shackled too.
Yep.
Oh God.
Boars.
Just a regular boar?
That is a big boar, though. It's big as
Yeah,
him.
it's
that's a
gigantic.
big boar.
It's probably like a boar bear or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's the boar that killed Robert Baratheon right there.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a porcupine boar.
Oh, it's a porcupine
Yep.
boar. That's what all the
Oh, okay.
the pokies are.
That's the spines. Yeah.
Not acupuncture. Okay.
Mhm.
Smash him.
Just throw a tree at him. Good job, Appa.
Yeah. It's like maybe 1/4 the size, but it's still doing some.
I mean, he's huge though.
Yeah,
so
he
that
is
thing is gigantic.
yeah. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him.
A porcupine.
Yes, Aaron.
Good one, Aaron.
I wonder what that would taste like.
Oh. Stop.
They eat the animals. That's what I remember shouting about this about Pokemon back in the day. There's no other animals. there isn't a normal cow. They eat them.
Someone has figured out what a Charizard tastes like. Is the point?
Yeah.
You know,
If there's meat in the world,
it's those creepy dudes in the swamp.
Yeah. It's like they had alligators. I forgot what they were mixed with. So they definitely have gator.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Kyoshi Warriors. They
Man,
know
I haven't watched the show in a while. I have seen a disservice to your channel, Tom. I haven't had any time to catch up with what you guys have been doing or watch this show ahead of this. So
there's so many like I got out of the feeling bad about that doing the guest services at JordanCon because there would be like 40 new authors every year, and I'd be like,
I haven't read all your books. Get over it.
Yeah, I've read none of your books. I'm going to tell you that. Like they come up to me and like, oh, have you read the book? I'm like,
I don't
there's
feel
so many-
bad. I
lucky
wish
if
I
I
would
could
have had a
read
little
Jeff
time to
Waters'
watch
book.
some of your episodes.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I
even have time to watch just the show.
Yeah, exactly.
But that being said, I've watched this show series multiple times. So
yeah, well, you sent me a picture a couple days ago with you and your daughter watching, which was very
yeah,
cute.
that's true. I was trying to get that was in preparation for this. You're right. I did watch a few episodes, but they were like early. That was early season 1.
Yeah, this she's not ready for this episode for sure.
No.
No. And
How
he
old
doesn't
is he
even
now?
remember Suki. That's sad. I really want like a 1980s like car wash montage, but them cleaning up.
Yeah. Just giant spinning bristle
Aw.
brushes.
Yeah.
Aw.
Look at that.
Oh
He's so clean.
man, he's animated so well. Oh, at least
I know.
look at them.
I love the animation in both this and Korra. It's fantastic.
Korra really steps it up a notch too.
Oh yeah.
Really good animation.
Mm-hmm. The writing is amazing, but it is a more adult, not adult, but
Oh,
it's
for
a
sure.
it's a more
It's the graduation from this show into the next show.
yeah. They wanted the writers wanted it to follow like the audience that would have watched.
Yeah, that would have been watching. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, which I thought was a good idea.
Yeah, it was.
I like it.
But I remember watching the end of season 1 of Korra, being like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah, I won't say.
Season 1 is there's a finale.
Yeah,
Crystal.
there's a finale, and it's
There's a finale, and it's a good one.
and it's good. The phalanx. Apparently, they could turn that was a cool little detail from the live action. Totally not a spoiler, but the fans that the Kyoshi Warriors use in the live action, it looks like they have a coating of like copper or
Oh, cool.
or maybe bronze.
So it's
or
like
something.
more of like an actual blade
Oh.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Especially when they use it to block it makes sense when
Like
they
weaponry. Yeah.
or fire.
Oh yeah. Fair. I've got my paper fan.
Later.
I'll stop that fire blast.
The girl that
Oh,
plays,
man.
and also the girl that plays Azula is amazing in the live
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, all right.
she really
Well, now
is.
I'm excited to watch it just for that because
She's a psychopath. Like they
psycho.
dial up the psychopathic nature of her like to 10, but
Oh, even better.
yeah, she's truly a villain. It's good.
Azula's great.
Yeah, she's one of the best. She's a great villain. So like Zuko, Iroh,
Mm-hmm.
Fire Lord, Ozai, and Azula And then even her friends, Mai and Ty Lee, are great villains in that they're all different versions of how you can do a villain in storytelling.
Yeah.
Like the writers originally said like Ozai is the only true evil person. Everyone else is just complicated. Like, you know, Ozai is truly evil. Then there's Azula, who is obviously suffered the same traumas as Zuko, but she's dealt with it in very different ways. Yeah. And then there's Iroh, who, grew and learned from his experiences through his life to be a better person. And Ty Lee and Mai, who kind of just are Fire Nation citizens who happened to be friends with Azula. Like, there's a lot of really interesting dynamics there. Ooh, I posted a TikTok with him in it today. Guru Patik. We haven't met him yet. But his name, spoiler, is Guru Patik.
Oh, I just saw it.
Yeah. I love him. He's a fantastic character.
Man, now I'm wishing me and Violet had gotten further in this show.
Yeah,
I forgot how good it was.
Yeah, there's so many good this show is so good on so many levels because like of the lessons that it teaches.
Yeah.
Like secretly teaches you. Like, oh God. So
it's solid storytelling and solid animation, and that's few and far between in most cartoons, especially around this era.
Yeah.
Unless it's just straight anime.
Mm-hmm. And look at him. He's fantastic. I love him.
But there's so many well thought through characters in this, not just like the main cast, there's just side characters that pop up along the way. They're really well thought out.
And everyone has their own little backstory that they easily pepper in without having to like really layer on the exposition or anything.
Yeah.
Like, kids may not pick up on this, but obviously Guru Patik is derivative of a Hindu like guru and stuff like that. Yeah. He's talking about chakras and things. Like there's a lot of I definitely akin it to the Wheel of Time and the way Robert Jordan kind of stealthily taught us about our own real world cultures that a lot of people wouldn't be exposed to normally. Like, well, a lot of white America wouldn't be exposed to normally, to be perfectly honest with it. But like, Avatar does the same thing with mostly Eastern and Asian cultures all across Asia, from the Middle East all the way up through even like the Arctic Asian tribes of the water tribes. They're like the Inuits. That's the word that I couldn't think of. I was like, I got to tell you where my brain went with that. What's the fucking it's the Ryan Reynolds movie with
no, I don't know what you're talking about.
With Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds.
Aaron will remember it. It's one of our favorite movies. But they're Inuit. Like his family is from Alaska, and they're Inuit in their background. And fucking Betty White is doing like an Inuit song in the what? In the movie, and then
I need it. Come to
that's a necessity now.
It's a wonderful movie, but yeah, no, I had to go through that to get to the word Inuit. By the way, that's how my brain works.
All right, that's how you got there.
The proposal. Yeah, the proposal. That's what it's called. She also works for a book publishing company in Manhattan.
Never would have guessed.
We all come full circle. Comes back to the Wheel of Time always. But that's what the Water Tribe is based off of. The Water Tribes are based off of like the indigenous peoples of the Arctic. So like Inuits that spread all across Asia into the Americas.
Those fucking guys.
He went on quite a journey. Like I think he traveled across the entire damn planet here.
Yeah, I mean, he went back to the Air Temple. He went all over the place.
Yeah. Cats. Oh, he's in the Earth. He's in Ba Sing Se right now. That son of a bitch.
God.
Damn. I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Well, I forgot about the.
Crystal's sitting here going, "What the fuck?"
I know, and that is.
We had him back for 5 minutes.
I know, but listen,
back. It wasn't back.
Listen. The next episode does follow those events immediately, where we don't have to wait another month.
No,
Oh my
actually,
God.
I don't know why
Oh,
Tom's
Victor,
fucking with you right now. We don't see what happens to Appa for another 7 episodes.
All right, I'm gonna change my timer over. There's my new timer, and we should be lined up. I think I had it timed right. 2:20. So yeah.
Crystal wouldn't mind waiting another month to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, she
just a month.
absolutely would.
Just a
Self-control is not my strong suit. The fact that I have not just like blasted ahead and watched this whole thing.
Okay, we're all lined up now. So if you're following along, there's the new timer. We're into the next episode now.
I'm ahead of you.
Wait, you're into the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a commercial.
Yeah. If you want, hold on, Joe. I'll send you a link.
No, it's okay. I'll just figure it out.
Yeah. I try to make it easy for everybody because Netflix does not have a watch party feature. I don't understand. Like, if you make it so that you have to sign into an account to join the watch party, why wouldn't you do that? Like, we could do these things and they would, people would be able to, like, I would use their platform, but nope.
You're trying to make sense here, Tom, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop making sense.
I love so, like, again, not to just try to tie everything back to Wheel of Time, but I haven't seen a more well put together magic system with unique uses of it that still work within the rules that are internally built for it, other than in Avatar: The Last Airbender and Brandon Sanderson writing. Like, even Robert Jordan's stuff with the One Power before Brandon took over, Brandon just has this way of, like, taking the rules of a magic system and turning them on their ear without breaking them.
He's coloring pictures.
Like, is it a beetle?
They look just like him.
Wait. This is one of my favorite.
That's a good one.
It looks just like him in a while. Oh, thank you. That's why do you feel the need to do that? See, not only is this show just, like, amazing on so many fronts, but it's a way that you can include jokes about a disability that isn't.
Yeah, they handle Toph, like, amazingly well. Yeah.
It's, like, not punching down
her sensibilities, so she doesn't look at it as a disability, number one. And then 2, just, like, she's constantly throwing out these asshole jokes.
So great.
It's so fucking great.
It looks great to me, Sokka. I've wanted to tell you that joke, Crystal, since we started watching this show.
Everybody should have an uncle like that.
I know. Oh my God. I love him so much. He is my, like, I had, like, Uncle Iroh quotes live in my head.
How much better would we all be as people if we had somebody in our families that were like him?
I know. I would.
We all need weird old mentor uncles that just obsess about tea and.
So this is the cool thing about the story here. So, like, I think Avatar subverts the hero's journey. 5-minute ads on Twitch. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like, I was running behind.
What? That's
just
insane.
Jump up to the timer.
I will check those settings. I don't know how to. I'm contrary to popular belief. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So I'll do some research.
It well.
Yeah, I'll do some research on why that happened and make sure it doesn't happen anymore. Sorry about that. But yeah, that sucks. Sorry about that. Anyway,
really good hair for Zuko, by the way. Like, this is a good, like, shaggy.
Yeah,
it's good.
This is my favorite version of Zuko. I have a bunch of Avatar action figures, and that's my favorite one of him. He goes into this phase where it's like Harry Potter from, like,
there's a Zuko really toy of him like that.
Like, when it's like, the hair is like from like what's the one where they fight the dragon and they do the Triwizard Cup thing when he has the really bad fucking huge helmet hair.
Oh yeah.
He Zuko goes
Because
into a phase.
they were trying to make him look younger. He was
Yeah.
growing up too fast.
Yeah, I like it.
Just bring him down a couple.
Huh. Look, it's
years.
Judy, but not. Why is Toph depressed right now? I forgot.
She feels like she failed, right?
Oh, right, because of Appa. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because okay. You're right.
Feel you there, Toph.
Look at the animation on her face. Like you can tell without having to have seen any episodes that woman is uncomfortable. Like that smile is not genuine.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, Tom, I had an interesting conversation. My daughter's Taekwondo teacher. I don't know they were talking about the live action show when I walked in, and I was explaining my situation that I haven't seen it because I'm watching the animated for the very first time. And she thought for a live action, they actually did a really good job at keeping Aang childlike.
Really?
She was like, she thought for a live, she's like, I understand it's not like the show, but yeah, she thought that he was childlike enough for a live action show.
Guess, I don't know.
I mean, he's got to be of a certain age to be able to do the things he needs to do.
I've seen interviews with that kid, and his normal demeanor is Aang. Like, they should have just been like,
just be you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just be you. And
when do we finish this show? Where are we? Like, when are we done with our rewatch of
May 6th?
You don't want the child to be fun.
I will let you know my opinion on the live action like May 10th or whatever.
Okay.
Whenever I can get through the rest of this.
Reverse BLT, what up, my man?
Hey, dude.
If anyone watching enjoys watching reaction videos for popular nerd shit, go follow Reverse BLT's channel also, because he's an amazing person.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Do you know anyone who isn't amazing?
I surround myself with talented,
Hopper.
amazing people. That's my secret.
Well, Hopper, I mean, there's a reason only one person from TWoTCast is on this show right now.
I figure there must be.
I love Jono. And Tom. I don't know Tom as well as you and Jono, only because he hasn't come to JordanCon as often, right? Or
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't often come.
Yeah.
Well, for a while he was up in Boston. It was just like it's just work and everything was. He traveled for work a lot, so he couldn't get down. But now he's in Georgia, so he's an asshole.
Oh, okay. So now he's just an asshole. Cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've done stuff like on here with him, and I have fun with him, but like I haven't hung out with him in person like I have with you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi. see, this is the type of thing that, like, I always say, with the writing of the show is just fucking genius, man. It's genius. When I tell people this might be one of the most well-written television shows ever to have been aired, I'm not joking. Like, it's 100%.
It's great. It's a great show.
So last time we saw Jet, he tried to commit a war crime. So that's why she's a little upset.
No, he's changed.
That's a little one.
He's changed.
Yeah. He tried to murder an entire village.
He's fine.
Look at his Justin Bieber haircut. He's great.
Yeah.
He tried to commit a war crime, and then he failed, and now he's a different man.
Another fantastic example of the amazing writing. Like, not like Sokka, whose mother was murdered by Fire Nation soldiers. His entire tribe was almost wiped out by Fire Nation soldiers. Every waterbender in the Southern tribe was killed by Fire Nation soldiers. Went and saved an entire platoon of Fire Nation soldiers and the entire village filled with Fire Nation citizens because it was the wrong thing to do, to murder them. Like that. Like that. I love the way they stealthily taught an entire generation about you don't need to be a war criminal to participate in a war.
He's just troubled. He was troubled.
He was troubled. Guys.
What?
Also, it's not a war crime, Tom, and they don't have a Geneva Convention.
That's fair.
They don't even have a Geneva.
Yeah.
I bet
if you ran it past the Fire Kingdom, they'd be like, yeah, all right.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, they sacrificed.
We did murder a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, Zuko's entire storyline starts off with the Fire Nation sacrificing like thousands of troops because they didn't care about them. So this is Appa Hair.
Aaron's comment is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, she's not wrong. As soon as by the way, you know who Jet is in the live action purely because of his hair immediately when he comes on camera. I was like, oh, that's Jet. That's Jet right there. Yes, for a zoo.
What?
Whaletail Island. So this guy works for the
Could be that he tastes good. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit, Whaletail. I didn't even think about that. That's definitely why it's called that. I fully support this. The writers of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series should write up rules of war for the real world. I support that.
Shovel on.
So obviously the secret police here has some influence in the janitorial staff of this barn, apparently. I can tell you're lying.
Why won't you trust me? Because of the last 10 times we've interacted. Like, really? What is he thinking with that line?
Worst city ever. Oh, God. And here we go. The Dai Li. Momo! Sorry, I just get excited every time I see Momo on the screen. It's how I don't get distracted by looking at... I hate seeing myself on camera, so I literally put the Momo GIF there above the timer for me, because that's what I look at.
That's hilarious.
Welcome to my mental health. This is how I do things. Oh, I just remembered something from the end of this episode. Ooh.
No spoilers, Tom.
No spoilers. I just remembered something I'm excited to talk to you guys about now. It's the Blue Spirit. That was a whole betrayal ago. See, like, look at this. Like using these fists of like earth.
The stone gloves are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh, whoa.
It's such a really cool concept.
Oh, damn.
And there's a great way to show, like...
That's my favorite Zuko toy, Tom.
The
blue... What do they call it?
The Blue Spirit. Yeah,
Blue Demon? Blue Spirit?
Yeah, that's the one. It's the same one. That's the one I have.
Okay.
He has two heads. He has the Blue Spirit head and then the hair head.
I don't have any of the modern Avatar stuff. The ones I have are like really, really old from like when the cartoon was around.
Yeah, that's the one I have. That's the one I have.
Oh, well, mine had a mask. Like the mask slid down. It wasn't like.
Oh no!
Separate.
Okay, I have one with two heads. I don't know. I went to Walgreens one day and I was like, they have Avatar toys here, and I bought all of them.
There's new ones that look amazing, and I don't know why I haven't.
Oh, I gotta buy them.
Bought them.
Aaron, I'm buying Avatar toys.
Yeah.
So if you're watching,
they look great.
Yeah. Oh, and Joe and I talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys last time.
Oh yeah. That's
nice.
That's a rabbit hole.
The new series of them they look exactly like the old school ones, except they're like fully articulable and like really cool. Articulable isn't a word, but
articulable is a word in toys.
Yes. Everyone knows anyone who's played with a 3.5-inch GI Joe knows what I'm talking about.
I'm going to show my age. Back a million years ago, I remember standing in the comic book shop and seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 on the shelf, and I'm thinking, oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This is never going to do anything.
Was it the ones when it was like the hyper violent adult black and white ones?
For sure.
Yeah,
number one. I mean, that first run on Turtles was
number one.
Crazy. Yeah.
I kind of wish I had picked up, a dozen or so of them back then.
Yeah, probably.
Hindsight,
you'd have a decent amount of money right now.
Nah, I sold them years ago.
Yeah. At the height in 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the next pieces of media that I'm most excited for.
Awesome, by the way.
Is they're making
there's a tunnel right here.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's amazing. Like her entire character is amazing. She has sonar. Like forget it. But they're making the Last Ronin comic, which is a.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They're making it into a video game and a TV show.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a movie. Okay, interesting.
Or a movie, a film, whatever. That is terrifying, and it haunts my nightmares. That image right there of the Judys.
Oh yeah, that is messed up.
I feel like Sokka was checking him out a little bit.
He's like, wait a minute, can I learn some of this hypnosis?
Let me get in there. I don't have a Joe Says Horrible Things banner to put up. It's another great scene. Oh my god. What's hanging from the ceiling? Quan Chi. Oh, you wanted my sunrise cake. Oh, God, I love this little group, by the way. Like their little like posse that they have. No, that's not the Last Ronin. No spoilers for Last Ronin. Reverse P.L.T. And that is not the Last Ronin that we're talking about. It's a great comic book. If anyone likes Ninja Turtles, but wants like a darker, more adult storyline, there's a Last Ronin graphic novel that's amazing. First comic I've picked up in like 10 years, and I was like blown away completely. The fighting in this show is so cool.
How is the bending in the live action show? Like, how does that look?
I like it, especially in the very first episode. So, Joe, what is your opinion?
I was gonna say, just in the first episode alone, and that's all I have to go on. I thought it looked great.
Yeah.
They didn't slouch on that like CGI department, kind of thing. Like, so again, like the kid acting was like a little rough, but I mean they're children, so it's like you got to take that with a grain of salt. But then the rest of it was just like it looked awesome. The bending looked great. But there wasn't like a ton going on in the first episode either. So but it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, it's awesome. But I mean, like there was enough that you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah, there was an additional scene that they showed basically of when they found like an Earth Nation spy finds out about the plan for the Fire Nation, and there's like a little fight.
That's exactly what's in my head of what was a good representation. So there was like something that wasn't in this show was like an Earthbender. Basically was like, oh, I know what the Fire Nation's about to do, and he was like when they're about to wipe out the air nomads. There was like a little flashback kind of, and that was great.
It was a great little story, but they do a lot of really cool things storytelling wise and visually that they don't do in the show that I think was great. Like specifically that added bit, and then like the order of which they do like telling the backstory of the air nomads versus when we find out in the cartoon. Like, because we don't find out in the cartoon till like episode 14 of season 1. They do it in episode 1 of season 1. So like, I think it was better that way. Oh, I love this. It's so great. So this is the second time Iroh's has had to drive this lesson into Zuko's brain. The first time was when he almost died trying to carry Aang through the snow after taking him out at the end of season 1 from the Northern Water Tribe, and now we're here. So this whole storyline starting from this episode right now with Zuko and Iroh is some of the greatest storytelling ever.
Zuko's arc in general, I mean, no spoilers.
He can easily be the main character.
Fantastic. Yes.
Easily be the main character.
Fantastic I mean, like the turmoil he goes through emotionally, like throughout the series, and just everything that he's experiencing is it's hard not to identify with that.
You can lie to somebody and tell them he's the main character, and it wouldn't be that far off, to tell you the truth. And which is super surprising, because I don't know if you were here when I said this, Joe, but he was, when this show was originally written, the first submission of the show, he was not, Zuko wasn't a character. Zuko,
oh, wow.
Ira, he was not a character. Zuko did not exist.
Wow.
Ira did not exist.
Wow, what a different show.
Yeah, that would be.
Wow.
The
getting that aspect from the other side kind of thing, like what you see, that's integral in this, I think, making this a well-rounded show.
Mm-hmm. And Ozai didn't change at all. So like you have basically this villain that's never interacting with the main character at all, ever. So that's why they were like, hey, you know what? And it would be
we need somebody, yeah,
and it would be dumb for the Fire Lord to go chasing a 12-year-old. So they like wrote Zuko as an afterthought almost. And it's literally one of the greatest redemption arc stories. Even at this time, if it ended right, if he died in this scene, it would have been a great redemption arc story. This is crazy, by the way. The level of brainwashing. Here you go too. We have the Earth Nation military, which is the good guys, who brainwashed soldiers into being horrible, murderous spies, like that were, not horrible people to begin with, but like, whatever. Like this is such good storytelling.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So, what happened to Jet?
He's fine. He had a little bit of a headache.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah, his friends didn't kill him or anything.
No.
Oh my god. The Dai Li are so freaking awesome as, like, again, villain, not villains. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're the Earth Nation army, but...
Yeah, but it's like an offshoot of them,
Yeah. But it's just a way that you can see that even the good guys can be bad. Like, they're the good guys.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the Fire Nation is the villain here. And
but they've lived under the tyranny of the Fire Nation for 100 years.
Yeah. The Fire Nation army is bad, but it's mostly the government there. Yeah, Appa! There he is. He's like, bitches. He said, oh, yeah. And busted through that wall.
Bitches get stitches.
Fucking love this show so much. I've seen this show so many times, and every single time I watch it, still have super emotional reactions, and I love it so much.
Skip them twice.
Lex?
That's how you... Appa has defeated a platoon of highly trained Dai Li assassins, and their leader.
And that slipper did not taste good, and he's done.
So apparently earthbenders sink in the water.
Yeah, they sink like a stone.
Aww.
So not witches.
No, not witches. Another persona that Zuko put on, another mask that he was wearing. Even though it was good, it's still a mask. It's not him. Fucking amazing writing. It's so good.
Come on, have an opinion now.
All right. And so that's the end of the episode. First, before you go, I gotta hear Crystal. Crystal, go.
Well, thank God. Number one, had you timed this any differently and I had to go into the break without knowing. God, no, it is. It's so incredible. I want to watch it again with sound because I have to watch it reading the subtitles, which I think gives away just a little bit.
You need the emotion in there.
I do. Yeah, no, it for you so that you can hear it too.
last week was even harder. Like I liked that episode, but it wasn't. I was
Mhm.
messaging Tom like after we got off the live because I was like, "This is incredible with the music that went with it." I'm glad we know where Appa is. I really like you guys were talking about it when I was watching that you never quite know who to trust. Like even the good
Mhm.
guys can be the bad guys in this show, but then I like that their little circle had expanded a little bit. I don't know. This is just great. I can't wait for my daughter to see this episode because she is now where I am, and she has been so worried. She was talking to her Taekwondo teacher about not understanding where Appa was and not knowing where Appa was, and we have to find out where Appa is.
I love that so much.
That's one.
Yeah, it's great. It's been incredible.
Now I want to live vicariously through you. You need to I want updates on what she thinks now. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's cool because they're talking about it even in her class because the live action has come out.
Yeah.
They're talking to the kids like just about the artistry of the show. And so she, even since her teacher talked about it this last week, I see her watching it differently. She's watching like the combat scenes and the fight scenes and just paying more attention. She's like, oh, I do that in my whatever combination. Like I know nothing about it, but she sees it even from a different lens
That's
that
awesome.
I do, which is so
Yeah.
cool. It's been great. And even my 2.5-year-old is obsessed with Momo and Appa. And Joe, you've missed it. I have my own Aang now that my husband bought me. And he will look at it on my bookshelf and go, not my Aang, because it's not mine. Because he knows he can't touch that Aang because that's my Aang. He does have his own now, though. I finally found one for him. So he has it up
that's
on
good.
it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I mean, my kids come and take these toys down all the time. So you know, you gotta let them go.
Toys.
Let it go. Let that happen.
No.
No, but doesn't your son have like an Appa that you're not allowed to play with?
He does. He has a pillow, and he doesn't let me touch it. It's fair. Like he can't touch my Aang. I can't touch his Appa. It works out. But I just ordered myself a weighted Appa that is on pre-order. So like a
weighted Appa.
Stuffy.
I pre-ordered that too. As soon as you sent me, I was like, boop.
Yep. I almost got the slippers, but I held
just
off.
petting it on your lap while you watch the show.
It's gonna live right here for the rest. Like we're not going away when we finish Avatar because I've been enjoying him too much here, so he's staying.
Oh
there.
no, that's great. Yeah.
He used to live back there on top of what's his name's helmet.
I remember that back. Yeah, I remember it
it's
back
just
there.
I don't get to share many of my like nerdy things with my kids. Like I could never get my oldest into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or like X-Men, or she just wasn't into those things. And obviously the Wheel of Time is still, she's only 7, is a little bit, above where she is. So it's cool. Something that I love so much. We get to watch together and
awesome.
Be nerdy together.
And now, if she really starts to love it, like now you can be like, see, Rand is like Aang. And like,
here we go.
Appa is Aaron. And
one of my best friends, I've got her kids watching it too. She sent me a Snapchat the other day of her 2 kids like starting the first season of it. So
this is
creating
why
more fans.
By the way, this is why I married Erin.
Kids are dumb. Sounds like a line from Home Alone. Kids were scared of the park.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So and I. Not that it's a requirement to hang out with us while we do this, but Hopper, you did say that you had watched Avatar too. So what are your thoughts about the show as well? I know you're here for other reasons, but it's such a good show.
It has been a fair number of years since I've watched it last. I watched it with my daughter because she was into it and she said, "You need to watch this." Like, okay, because I have no problem watching animated shows. And of course we start watching, and then we get to the point where I wanted to just sit and watch. I'm just going to sit in front of the TV for the next 2 days and watch the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not allowed to do that. Because apparently when I start watching something with my daughter, I must watch it with my daughter.
We do the same. Erin and I do the same.
I am real shady. I will lie to her. I'm real good now. I will pretend like I didn't even watch it. I'll be like, "Oh my God!"
"Whoa, did you see
this?" As soon as we finish,
I've never seen it before.
My
daughter's
daughter's
finish this, Last
My
and
daughter
greatest.
is almost 30. It's harder to lie to her about those kind of things.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It makes it more difficult because she's smart enough to know I'm lying to her face.
See, I'm not ready for that phase. Mine are still very gullible.
I'm very gullible, so you could just lie to me too. It's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just watch the show and then just pretend with Tom? He'll never know. No,
I will not. The
he's like, oh, I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Yeah, oh my
this is a
God.
real reaction.
Chris was just totally talking more during the thing, and I don't even realize it.
And you're like, oh, yeah, you wouldn't even notice.
No, not even a little. Oh God,
I've actually been. I haven't finished it, but I've been enjoying the live action as well.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I need to get into it.
I watched the live action right when it came out, and I was like, I hate it. And then we started doing this, and then I started rewatching it to do like reviews. I was posting like reviews in our Discord and stuff like that, and I started to appreciate it more whilst watching the cartoon at the same time, because I realized I was able to disconnect it a little bit more in my head and realize why they couldn't do some of the stuff that made me feel a certain way. So like I hated Sokka the first time I watched it. I still don't like Aang that much, but I feel like it's just poor direction in like on the production side of things. I hated Sokka. Now I love Sokka, and it's because like the first time I watched it, like I was like, Sokka is terrible. Like the way they wrote him is horrible. All of his directions are bad. Like his acting is everything's bad. And then we're watching like the episode when they do the drill is going into Ba Sing Se, which was like 2 episodes. Okay. And like one of the really great scenes with Sokka is like, it's a short comedic scene, but it's peppered into like, you know, a really serious moment of Sokka going to like push the beam, the big steel beam, and his head gets all big and like red. And I'm like, you know what? That's why that scene is funny. And you can't do that in a fucking live action show. And like, I'm like, there's a lot of things about Sokka's character that the reason why a lot of his stuff is so funny is because it's an animated show.
Because he is the one that they would lean a little more into, like the silly floppy arm animation, or you know, whatever you want to call it, like the silly kind of like, you know, like.
And when I
birds flying around his head, and then he hits the ground, or whatever kind of thing.
And so should everyone else. Go and watch his, not right this second, like in like, you know, half an hour, 20 minutes when we finish here.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah, go watch Reverse BLT's things. If I just you know, I'm gonna post a link to his channel in a minute too, because I enjoy him. Anyway, but yeah, so that was one of the things that like I started to like calm down from, and I didn't have, so this is funny too, and I don't know what that says about my feelings toward the Wheel of Time and Avatar. I never had that problem with the Wheel of Time TV show. Like even the first time I watched the episodes, I was like, there were things I didn't like about it and things I liked about it, and there were like things that grew on me more, and as I understood them more and watched the you know multiple times to do you know this stuff, but my gut reaction to a lot of the stuff with Avatar was like, I hate it. Stop it.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching Avatar, or at least that one episode I watched, with the same kind of, let's see what you're doing, the same kind of dispassionate, like I'm ready to like let the Wheel of Time do its own thing. I'm also going to go like, that was weird. I like that, you know, kind of thing. But that's what I'm doing with Avatar.
I was
just
looking
the same.
at the live action. I decided instead of trying to compare it to the animated, I compared it to the movie from 2010.
Yeah, and then you're like, this is gold.
This is glorious.
What movie? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's called Avatar: The Way of Water. Just came out in theaters.
Got it. All right. I haven't seen that one yet.
Talking about The Last Airbender.
No, that one lives in the tall grass for me, sir. That's the only movie that I almost got up and walked out of. Like, I've seen some horrible freaking movies in the movie theater. It's the only one that made me want to stand up and leave, like, the movie.
It was physically painful.
It was.
Yeah, I thankfully I don't remember it that well, but I do remember not liking it.
But when you decide to compare
the
the live action show to the movie,
Yeah, it's just
It's
blows
a
it out of the water.
much better
Here's my-
comparison.
Here's the reason why I can't look at it the exact same way as I look at the Wheel of Time. The way I had it, and this is personally for me, I don't know about anyone else, but you're adapting a book to the screen. Very different.
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very, very different.
Yep. Yep.
You have to make changes.
Pronunciation wises, just production wises, things that play on a page don't play on screen. There's a lot of things you got to do differently.
100%.
Avatar was already a visual representation and already a television show. You don't need to change. Like, there's no reason to change things that don't need to be changed. And the motherfucking character's name is Aang, not Ong. And like, I was like, every time they said it, my fury built more in my body. Like every time they were like Ong, I was like, so
that's how I felt every time they called Rand the Dragon, and then they referred to Luce Theron as the Dragon Reborn in the show.
Yeah,
it's shocking how often they do that. But it wasn't like I'm just like, just call him the Dragon Reborn for fuck's sake. I think they got it right. Like in season 2, they did better, but like, man, season 1 was like, fuck. Can you say that? First of all, they called him the Dragon the whole fucking season.
Yeah,
and then finally got to that last episode where they did that flashback with Luce Theron, and they called him the Dragon Reborn in that scene, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking with me right now? Like this whole season you've been calling the Dragon Reborn the Dragon, and then we finally just see the Dragon and you call him the Dragon Reborn. I feel like you're actively fucking with me.
I think there's a possibility that at some point in the writer's room, Sarah took her book and threw it at them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get it right.
Exactly.
The reason why that made me mad is because it's an obvious mistake that like you should have fixed. You know what I mean? Like,
infuriating.
Especially because some of the times they call him the Dragon Reborn, it's in text in a made up language. Like you could have just edited the subtitles and fixed it. Yeah. Sorry, we're ranting.
Anyway, yeah, that infuriating. But it's the same thing with Ong and Aang. You know, like what the fuck? His name's Aang. Everyone knows it.
His name is Aang. They say it 1,000 times. And the runtime, the other critique that I have, and I really want to go back and redo it, but like to see the runtimes and like try to weigh it differently, going to rewatch it again. But like the season 1 runtime of Avatar: Last Airbender, I think there's 17 episodes at like, let's say 22 minutes without the intros each. Yep. The runtimes for the TV show and the live action show, the animated and the live action, are very close.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, I would assume
like,
so.
How
long is the live action? Is it 10 episodes?
It's 8 episodes an hour.
It's 8
hours.
But they're like 48 minutes, 50 minutes. Yeah.
52 minutes, I want to say.
Okay.
Of screen time of the show.
Right.
Yeah, come on. Like, what the hell? How do you? I'm going to adapt this beloved TV show to a movie.
And I've never seen it.
Yeah. Like, I understand they hired
come
you
on,
for the
man.
project and you hadn't seen it. Like, I still think that's dumb. I think you should find somebody who's passionate about it to make.
Well, what about with the live action show? Didn't the creators, weren't they originally attached, and then they were like, we're getting out of this?
Yeah.
So that's a bad sign.
Yeah. They were originally attached to it, and they were originally going to be part of like Netflix, and Netflix was going to do this whole thing with Avatar. It was huge. And then sometime like a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, like they announced that they stepped away from the project due to creative differences.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, I was like, nope, never mind. I won't even watch it. But then like people were like, no, it's actually good. And blah, blah. Oh, okay.
By the way, you know that James Cameron, the next Avatar movie is like about fire or something like that? I swear to God, I feel like he's trolling people that love the show.
He really is.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he knows.
Let's call it Avatar: Way of Water. The next one will be Earth, and the next one will be fire. It's a new idea that I came up with.
Before. Each one will be Dances with Wolves merged with Pocahontas.
Yes. Pocahontas, but in space, but cat people. And perhaps we'll introduce a water tribe and then a fire tribe and maybe an earth tribe.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
God, fucking James Cameron. We couldn't put him on a submarine and near the Titanic again.
Well, the thing is,
he's
he was
down there
smart enough
every
to know
other
how
day,
submarines
Tom.
work.
I know, it's true. He lets professionals build the submarine, apparently, though.
Yeah, he's down there. He's down there right now, hanging out. He's like idiots.
He was saying from the get-go, like, guys, this is a bad idea. Don't do this.
Yeah.
He's like, right. I use a Wii U remote
for your submarine.
My submarine.
Yeah. I have
got a
Super
screen
Nintendo.
on it. It's way better.
I was trying to use the Nintendo Power Glove, but I couldn't get it to work. Anyway, now that I think we graduated to submarine billionaire talk, before we go, Joe, what's next week's episode of your show that's coming up? Like Pimp something
of TWoTCast?
Yeah.
We're currently playing D&D in the Wheel of Time right now.
Yeah.
We'll be on episode 4, so not tomorrow, which was originally going to happen, but now the Tuesday after JordanCon, we'll be coming back with episode 4.
Because you'll be coherent by then.
Luckily, we're playing D&D, so I don't have to like run a show. I can just like be there, and
Yeah, he just has to click the buttons and then Clint.
Yeah, I just need to like just the DM will do all the work, and I'll just sit back and relax.
And if you watch, if you go back and watch last week's episode, you'll see a familiar face.
Yeah, Tom was on.
Yeah. I played.
This is quote unquote season 2 of TWoTCast, as we call it, and we've been doing thank you, Aaron, and we've been doing NPCs spotlighting with like guests on the show. So like the first season we just played, and then this season we're like, okay, let's bring in some guests and have fun with like NPCs and stuff. So Tom came on for a guest spot, and it was very fun.
It was fun. I had a good time. Clint sent me like a little backstory and was like, it's. I mean, not that if it was done super seriously, it wouldn't also be fun, but it was.
It's not done seriously.
It was silly. So I kind of I wrote a version. So like Tam. Minimal spoilers for TWoTCast, which I don't really think Joe will care about. They go into a mirror world where it's like the dark version of Tam. So I wrote him like he regaled them with his backstory, and I wrote it like Quint from Jaws. Like when he was telling them about the USS Indianapolis.
The idea of TWoTCast was like, hey, let's do D&D after like the season ends. So we waited for season 2 to redo our D&D thing. So like we didn't get started until just recently, even though season 2 was over in like December. But holidays, and then things happen.
Children,
but
life.
Yeah, but so it's the idea is just like, so we keep it within like spoiler friendly territory of like people that have just watched the show. So like it's like book 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, and then the show.
Nice.
So it's a weird realm for us, because usually we're like heavy spoilers and we're just like, we've read this books 1,000 times, who cares, kind of thing. But
there's very few spaces for, and not entirely true, but there's very few spaces that are full spoilers within the Wheel of Time content creator community, I feel like.
Yeah, there's a lot of like new reader shows and a lot of like, and we've always just been like, hey, we're a reread show in general. So like even when we first started, it was just like, this is full spoilers. We're going to talk about book 14 at the same time we're talking about, book 2 or whatever.
I like that.
But we've always been that kind of.
No shame on first time readers. It's just,
it's great. I mean,
I just personally like it because
when a show that if you haven't read the books, usually don't watch our show. Yeah.
I just like when I go on the episodes where they're full spoilers, I don't have to like prepare by going.
You don't have to like hold back. You can literally say anything you want.
Yeah. Because I try to be really conscious about it. I would hate spoiling things for people like accidentally. So like I really try to be super conscious about it, but I don't need to do that when I do,
it's fun.
Your spoiler filled show. So it's nice. And
one
then
of the things about listening to a reread is,
Well, it's not a reread. It's a
Yeah.
Well, now it is. Yeah.
But when you're looking at book 1, 2, 3, and all of a sudden you recognize something, it's like, holy shit! They bring this back in book 14.
Yeah, and we can discuss it. Yeah,
you don't
it's a very
realize
different
it
feeling.
when you're reading it in 14, but when you going back, it's like.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we all did,
and
that was the whole impetus of our show. It's just like that. We've always, every time there's a new book coming out, we always reread the books, and it was just like that. Like that's what we wanted to do for our show.
Speaking of first-time readers, Reverse BLT actually. So I think he probably popped up in my For You page or like my timeline or whatever on YouTube.
Gotcha.
Because he was doing like a thing about Wheel of Time. But I saw his reactions to Andor, and I was like, I like that dude. I want to have him on the show. So like,
Andor's a great show.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and I liked his thoughts on it too. But he is. So if he said he hasn't gotten to Lord of Chaos yet, but I remember seeing his book club for book 1, and then I think book 2 also started too. Yeah, but yeah, so he's still early in the series on his book stuff. So if you are interested in hopping into a first-time reader show, there are several, but I will pimp Reverse BLTs and the Way of the Leaf podcast because I am also a member of the Way of the Leaf. My felt persona is back there.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
Wearing my Batman mask, apparently.
I was gonna say it looks just like him. Speaking of Way of the Leaf, they star in TWoTCast, but also back to JordanCon for a second. Oh, come watch Watchinary on Saturday with us.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. Yeah,
you're gonna be an artist, right? For that?
Yeah.
So yeah, Watchinary is always a ton of fun. We're gonna try to live stream that as well. So if you follow Dragon Mount, JordanCon, any Way of the Leaf, TWoTCast on social media, we'll try to share it everywhere, far and wide if we do live streams. I only say if because I don't know what the internet situation is going to be at the hotel. I know they have hardline into 2 of the rooms.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I may have volunteered 90% of my free time to help with the streaming at JordanCon because then I can, not subtly influence it in any way.
And not subtly be in all of those full room panels.
No, never. No, I just love Cooper. Cooper is the
Cooper's the best.
Yeah, he's the czar of streaming. I don't know what his title is, but he's in charge of all the tech stuff.
Yeah,
it's
CEO of streaming.
Hey, I'm CEO.
Fun charity. About Cooper, though, he was actually working on set with Amazon when we were doing the interviews with the cast and crew. Like when we interviewed, when I got to interview Davinia Lamont and Sharon Gillum, head hair and makeup, prosthetics, and then costume designer. For Wheel of Time, he was there. He was running the tech for that, which was pretty cool. He works for a lot of companies, but Amazon is one of them, and then a few sport things. I think he does professional soccer. He goes all over the place doing like
MLS
filming, for MLS. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Another
Cooper's
awesome
a good guy.
I love him. Yes, I love
JordanCon's
him.
lucky to have him.
Yes, very, very, very lucky for the low price of volunteer because his time is fucking very expensive.
Yeah.
For his level of expertise. But yeah. Anyway. And then Hopper, what do you have coming up? Nothing big, right?
No, nothing big.
Nothing going on.
Just wearing wolf shirts, hanging out.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything going on next week.
Yeah, obviously you'll see his face all over JordanCon, especially
no, you'll see my face all over the charity auction.
Yeah, all over the charity.
He won't leave that room.
Yeah, no, he won't.
I've heard rumors that we have panels there now and everything.
No. Not for staff. Not for staff. unless you're assigned to the room to do something.
There's no panels at JordanCon. We haven't done that in years.
No.
We got rid of those.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Popular.
They were like, Hopper's in charge of charity. I mean, he's not going to be able to attend. Let's get rid of all these panels.
It's a vicious rumor. It's just a vicious rumor.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you people keep showing up and throwing money at me to bring home cool stuff, I'm good with that.
I mean, listen, Hopper. I mean, like charity auctions closed way before 10 p.m. or 8:30 or whatever. You got plenty. You got plenty of fun things to watch and do.
And then you get to go to the
Sure.
dance party Saturday night. I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. All right. I love all of you awesome nerds. So next week we will not be doing a rewatch episode. We will. At least I will be on. I don't know if Crystal, if you're functional.
If I'm coherent, I will be here.
You know, we'll pop on. We'll share some JordanCon stories and like whatever swag we pick up and things like that. It'll be it'll be as long as my body can take it, because I'll probably land like 3 hours before we go live. So. Oh, there we go. See, I don't even know what my schedule is, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
So I like Crystal. You might start the show, and then I'll jump in when I get home.
Just go straight from the airport, fling off your bags, run in and start
like
streaming.
A challenge.
Oh, challenge
It
accepted.
feels like a challenge. Okay.
No, yeah, Gnome Garden. Of course we can. 100%.
One of the things that, like, I'll never. All
Absolutely.
right. Let me get this out of the way. I'll never force you to dance if you actually don't want to. But I am notorious for dragging people onto the dance floor at JordanCon. So I
Yeah.
will.
Tom
will
is
do it.
very good about consent.
Yes, I always ask.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah,
you,
and if it's
like,
certain
remember-
people in like a horse head with no clothes on, don't do it.
It's true. Yeah. No. Well, I touched his nipples that year. It was a lot of fun, and I also asked.
And who didn't?
One of my favorite JordanCon stories, personally for me, like, well, one of my favorite JordanCon experiences for me was there was a woman there at the dance party, but she was sitting like in the corner. It was lit, like it wasn't a dark corner or anything, but she was by herself at a table, quietly sitting. And I was like, I walked over her and I was like, "Are you like introverted and having fun and having a good time and sitting here and like everything's cool, or are you like, I don't want to get up and dance, but I really want someone to force me to get out of this comfort zone?" And she was like, "Number 2." And I was like, "Let's go." And she hung out with us for like 3 hours. It was so much fun.
That's great.
Yeah. That was also the year that we accidentally almost got somebody fired from Domino's because he delivered pizza to the hotel and then was like, "Is this a Wheel of Time convention?" And then stayed the rest of the night. And they ended up like the Domino's pizza guy, and that because I also recruited the Domino's pizza guy. So like he came over to me when I was hanging out with her, and we were talking, and then they started talking, and then they went by themselves and started dancing together. Like, oh, yes!
And you're like, "I've done it."
You are the man.
My job is complete. That was one of my favorite JordanCon experiences was that, and I don't even remember when that was. It was a long time ago. But yeah, so if you can ever get to it, it is a ton of fun. It is more than just a Wheel Time convention. You should go. The community is great. If you live near Ohio, WotCon is in July, and also that is a Wheel of Time convention, but same community for the most part. And then if you're in Europe, which we do have a lot of foreign, surprisingly a lot of Australians. Nothing against Australians, but there's a lot of Australians. And I'm interested to know why. But anyway,
prominently within the fandom.
Yeah, in the fandom, in the Wheel of Time fandom specifically.
There's plenty of Australians in general.
Yeah. There's a couple of them. The island,
they do exist.
The land of madmen does exist down there, contrary to some people's belief. But there's a European convention as well for our Euro friends, MalkirCon, which is in September. So so if you want to partake of the Wheel of Time community, you have a couple of options. JordanCon has just been around for 16 years at this point. WotCon is coming up on year 3, I think. And
3
or 4. 3 or 4, and then MalkirCon I think is on 2 or 3 as well. So they'll soon be at the same level with the way the Wheel of Time community participates in things. They don't do halfies on stuff. Exactly, the Madlands for people who deep cut into the Wheel of Time. That's what Australia is. I love you, awesome nerds. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Love you, Tom.
Thank you for having us, Tom.
Yes. And say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.